we've tried to focus on a long-term savings product. And to introduce the Kodos Milestone Funds 2023 and 2028, we just summarize some of the things in the prospectus in case some people don't read it. Effectively, as I said, the strategy is to manage the asset allocation or mix of investments in the fund to initially focus on growth and gradually, as time goes on, to focus on capital preservation and income. The fund sizes are 500 million naira each. The minimum investment is 2,500 naira, as we mentioned earlier, and subsequently you can invest 1,000 naira. The fund's risk profile in the short term is medium. And we say it's a medium risk profile product because, one, we expect that you'll be able to hold the investment for at least 6 months. We are hoping that you will not need to withdraw from your portfolio or your investment in about 3 months or thereabout because it's a long-term savings product. And as such, the risk profile from a liquidity perspective, some people might say, tying down my money for 6 months or more is medium risk. So we agree to that. It is not targeted at anybody that wants to withdraw their money in 3 months or 4 months or 5 months, no. Similarly, because it will have some equity stocks in there, in the short term, we're going to buy shares in the fund, you might consider the fund as medium risk as well. But the maximum amount that can be invested in stocks in the two funds is about 65% on average. So that will be the maximum we can even go to. Nonetheless, as time goes on, the risk profile changes to low because we will start investing more in money market and bonds. So effectively, the risk profile changes. But in the short term, it is a medium risk product. There's little liquidity that we expect that you need from the fund in 3 months or 6 months. This return objective is really to outperform inflation. And these are some of the forecasts for the funds. I mentioned that the asset allocation is money market, fixed income, and equities. And the offer period is between 18th of June to 27th of July. There will be an annual distribution of income, but we've restricted it to about 30% of income because we're assuming, again, that you are focusing on growth of your assets, and we don't intend to pay out 100% of the income. So the income, we're only paying about 1/3 of income annually out as dividends, and that does not include capital appreciation because these funds are unitized funds. They will have a price. I forgot to mention that earlier. They will have a price. So effectively, they will move like a stock price moves. So it is a unitized fund, and the price appreciation will reflect the amount of money we're not paying out in dividends. So what you are retaining will be what you can get back in the form of a higher unit price for the fund. The funds can be redeemed on any business day plus 5 working days. That's the regulation from the SEC. For our money market fund, at Kodos Capital, we have been able to actually bring this down, depending on liquidity and all that. But on average, regulation requires us that within 5 business days from your redemption request, you should have your funds in your account. And we just wanted to highlight the glide path, as I mentioned earlier, the mix of investments. It's very important that we highlight that. That the Milestone Fund 2023, for example, starts out with about 55% in equities in the first year. We can do between 5 and 65, but we initially want to do about 55%, particularly as we're going into an election year, so we want to be cautious. There's a lot of uncertainty. There's still some uncertainty, maybe not a lot, but there's still some uncertainty around that. So we probably won't go to the maximum amount in the first 1 year. But nonetheless, you can see that we are balancing it about 55% in equities, 35% in bonds to lock in, because bonds generally are long-term instruments. You can buy a 3-year federal government bond today at 13.4, 13. So about. But we also buy some money markets in the short term. But as time goes on, we're reducing the stock allocation, equity allocation in the fund, and start increasing money markets closer to your target date, so that by the time it is 5 years from today, the fund will have about 85% in money market, about 10% in bonds, and we'll still have about 5% in equity, so that over the long term, you will still have some inflation hedge. Fixed income also has some inflation hedging characteristics in them, in any case. But the objective is that in 5 years, you will probably need to utilize your money, and we want to make sure that the money is in very safe and close to cash investments. Similarly, for the 10-year fund, the asset allocation started about almost 60% or thereabouts in equities and reduces over time. to the 10-year target. I mentioned some of them earlier, but from a investor suitability perspective, who is this fund suited for? One, it is for people who want to hedge their long-term savings from the eroding effects of inflation. Two, you need to have a medium risk appetite to be able to invest in the fund. You need to have a 5 or 10-year investment horizon. If you have an horizon that you need your money in 9 months, this is not the fund for you. You can invest in our Kojo's Money Market Fund. You will need to require little liquidity from the fund. That means we are only paying out income annually versus some funds that might pay out quarterly or semi-annually, depending on the type of fund they are. Similarly, the fund, like I mentioned earlier, already has some financial planning in it, just based on the fact that the glide path, that's the allocation changes. And lastly, it's for those who are able to frequently invest in those goals, because it is likely that some people might not have a sizable amount to invest in the beginning and tie it down for 10 years. We recognize that. And that's why we made the fund's minimum investment 2,500 naira, so that you can start small and be saving continually. That is the objective of the minimum investment amount, so that it encourages you to save. But in summary, the benefits are that it is a simple way to invest long term. As mentioned earlier, all you have to do is choose the target date closest to or on the date of your target goal or your milestone goal. It has an inflation edge, as I mentioned earlier. Obviously, it diversifies across different asset classes. It doesn't buy just one set of instruments. And it diversifies as time goes on. Of course, the mix of investment changes. The benefit is that it has a low minimum investment, as we mentioned earlier, and professional management. Now, there are some risks to be aware of. The fact that we are going to be buying equities, stocks in the portfolio, equities, the price is not guaranteed. It can go up today and come back tomorrow. Past performance is not a reflection of future performance. So that's very important to note, that we do plan to buy equities in the portfolio up to about 50 or 60%, as we mentioned earlier, in either of the funds in the first 1 year. So there's a risk to the price into stocks, generally speaking. So that's important to note. And also on the money market or debt instruments, particularly bonds, actually, less on money market. There's also risk there. There's a risk that inflation can outperform the return on money market, as we showed you earlier anyways. So there's a risk on even debt instruments. There's also default risk. In this case, we are actually deciding generally to invest in mostly federal government guaranteed products, but generally speaking, debt instruments, even if it is guaranteed by the issuer or whatever, apart from the federal government of Nigeria, or federal government in any place, a sovereign, there is a default risk in there. So just important to be aware of that. I mentioned inflation risk earlier. And lastly, we mentioned about if you want to redeem before 1 or 2 days, there is a charge of about 1.5% of whatever you want to redeem in there. So that is really to dissuade, or rather to encourage you to keep your funds, your savings in the funds longer than 180 days, that is 6 months. We have a very strong risk management team, as well as risk management techniques, including stop losses, value at risk, and so on and so forth. Those are the technical terms. But we also have an investment committee which monitors the investment activities of the investment team, and they are made up of external and internal members, independent members, who also give their views on the investment activities of the team. Thirdly, we have a research department who assists the investment team in managing the investments in the mutual fund generally. So for mutual fund, generally speaking, I think the risk is reducing over time, because as more of us list on OTC markets, it makes them more liquid. So from a liquidity risk perspective, I think that will change over time. But this fund is a balanced fund, and yes, it does have some element of price risk, but those 3 things I mentioned earlier, including a risk management department, our stop loss tools, an investment committee, as well as obviously the experience of the investment manager, we are there to make sure that we manage the risk. And more importantly, the investments that have risk characteristics in the fund have a limit to what we can put in them. And the limit for equity specifically, which has a risk in it, is about 65%. And we can go as low as 5% if we think that it is necessary to go down. So we have an asset allocation band of 5 to 65% in equities, which is perceived to be risky. So we can reduce equities as time or risk permits. So the price is not linked to the market itself. The price of the mutual funds are not linked to the market. It is linked to the performance of the instruments inside, so which include money markets, fixed income, and of course, yes, some equities in the fund might be linked to the market. But what I'm trying to say is that not all the investments inside the fund are linked to the market. So you might see volatility in the stock market, but the volatility in these mutual funds will most likely be less because they have bonds and money markets which have zero volatility. Well, fixed income does, but very low volatility in them compared to stocks. So the volatility will not reflect the market's volatility at all. It will be less than the market, if not zero.